Hello all, welcome back to testingtools.co. In this video of Selenium series, we will learn how Selenium basically tries to identify an UI object in a web browser. Okay, so in order to understand that, there is a little bit a concept that you have to learn in HTML. Okay, so now we will see how we can write small code in HTML and see how it appears in the web browser. So I have opened a notepad file here and then I'll write small piece of HTML code. Maybe some of you already know it, but I'm just giving this as a introduction to understand how Selenium will identify each individual UI object in a web browser. So in HTML, whatever code you write will be in form of tags. There is an opening tag and a closing tag. So here we are saying HTML as a starting of the entire web page and /HTML is the ending of the entire HTML page. So here I can give head. Under head you can have something called title. Under this title I can give some string here, like for example first HTML page, and then we have something called body. So body is the part where actually the entire HTML page will get rendered. Head will be something like it is something you want to include some dependent files, or maybe you want to set some meta tags, or you want to include some title like what is the page title of the browser. So all those things will go into the head, and whatever content you want to display on the web browser will basically be present inside this body tags. Okay, so for now I will just write h1. Okay, so we will save this file. Now let us launch this browser and see what is going to be appearing. So this is what you get when you launch this particular browser. Okay, so if you see here, on the top you have the title that we have given in the title tags. See, we have given first HTML page. That has been given in the title tag, and that is what is showing in the browser also. Similarly, we have written small content in body which says understanding HTML code for showing UI objects. The same thing is appearing in the actual browser content. And if you see, it says H1, right? H1 in HTML code means heading, the highest level of heading. Okay. Now, there is something called you can view the elements in a particular structure in the browser. That particular structure is called DOM structure. Okay, so if you want to go and see the DOM structure, you can click on right click and then say inspect, and once you open this inspect element, you will see the actual code that we have written, and it is in form of a tree structure. Here you see, here I can collapse it, expand it, whatever you want, right? So inside body I have a h1 tag, and if you see here, whatever I am selecting, that entire part gets highlighted. Okay, so here I selected h1 and that particular part is getting highlighted in the browser. Now let me make some more code changes and then see how it behaves. So I will add some more headings just to show you how the heading will change. Okay, so like this you can write till heading 6. There are 6 headings that you can give. Now apart from this, I want to give some more objects here, like for example input type is equal to text, name is equal to username, id is equal to username. So this particular tag input has a closing in the same tag itself. You don't have to write two tags like starting tag and ending tag like how we have for HTML, right? We had HTML. Okay, here there is a small mistake. It has to be a slash, so that it means this is the starting tag and this is the ending tag. See, similarly you have for body also, but for input you don't have to write like that. You can directly close it in the same tag. Now it is also saying that it is of type text, and we have given some attributes here saying that okay, there is something called name for this particular object, and then for that we are giving it as username. Similarly, we have something called id as attribute for this text box, and then the value is username. Okay, I will also give some label tag here, and then say username or email address. Okay, now let us refresh the page and then see what is coming. Okay, so I refreshed the page, and then you can see that the content that is being displayed is changed. You can see there is a HTML as a big, big heading, and heading 2 is next level of heading, which is little smaller, and heading 3 is further smaller. And also we have a label called email address, and then there is a text box here. You can type whatever you want to give. Like for example, I'll say test at testingtools.co. Okay. Now let's again inspect these elements and then see how it is looking. So if you see here, this is the DOM structure that you see. This is the heading 1, it is getting highlighted, heading 2 is getting highlighted, heading 3 is getting highlighted, and then the label, and then finally the object, the input field. So similarly, these tags and attributes are given for every UI element that is present in the browser. Okay, and this is what Selenium tries to use to identify the objects. Okay, now for example, there are multiple text boxes, right? So if Selenium has to identify an individual text box, if all the text boxes are having input tag, how will it know which one to access, right? So for that we give some other things called attributes. Here we have an attribute called name attribute and id attribute. Ideally these attributes should be given properly when developing the code for the web applications. Okay, and that is what is being used by Selenium to identify these objects. Okay, so let me add one more field and then see how it looks differently. Okay, so this particular br tag is basically to add to a new line. So here I can change this to type password. So even if you type something, it either shows stars or dots based on your operating system and browser. And then I will give a different attributes for names. Password, and then finally we want to have a button. Okay, so let's see how it looks in the browser. Let's refresh this. So here we have multiple objects here. One is email address, one is password, and then a button. Okay, so I can give test@testingtools.co and then password something and then a login button. Okay, so similarly you can see those things here. If you see here, I can even highlight those things. And then this has a name attribute password and id as password. For this it has username. So these are the attributes which will be used in the DOM structure by Selenium to identify individual objects. So it is tag, it is attributes, a combination of these in such a way it can uniquely identify an object. For example, if I give same name and attribute, it might be little difficult to identify, and we have to write some additional coding to identify those objects. That we will see in advanced videos. Okay, now that we understood the basic DOM structure and then how the HTML code is written to display the web page, in the next video we will learn how you use this to actually identify the objects and perform actions on those individual objects. Okay, I hope the content is valuable. I would request everybody to hit that like button, subscribe button and the bell icon so that you will not miss the future videos. Thank you and stay tuned.